We're going to sit here. We're right here. Are you okay?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon and welcome aboard. That's not to alarm you though, it's just to familiarise you with the vessel you're travelling on, and so that you know what to do in the event of an emergency. Now this vessel has been fitted with the latest safety and life-saving equipment in the form of life jackets and life rafts and buoyancy aids located around the boat with the international green stickers. Now in the very unlikely event of an emergency, what I'd like you all to do is remain calm, remain seated and await further instructions from your uniformed crew. We are all highly trained for any event of an emergency. And even furthest to the left, the one with the cranes on top, is the Walkie-Talkie Tower, number 20, Fenchurch Street. Now in that tower, they have the world's largest rooftop garden, and it is free to go up there. You just have to give them a few days notice. So if you go on to skygarden.com, you can make a reservation through there, making the Walkie-Talkie Tower the cheapest and best place to get some nice views. It was the world's largest light war cruiser in its day, having 12 6-inch cannons, 6 forward and 6 aft, and it can fire shells up to 13 nautical miles. First launched on St. Patrick's Day 1938, first fired its guns on the beaches of Normandy on the D-Day landings. Last fired in anger during the Korean campaign, and it is now permanently moored there as an extension of the Imperial War Museum. You can go there and explore the ship, all 9 decks, from the engine room all the way up to the bridge. You should probably get a little picture of that, because that is the national headquarters for the Alliance of Window Cleaners. Only checking folks. I don't know what that building's for, but it does look like it would be quite hard to clean. But so expensive in fact that they've had to start specialising in heart attacks. But you might not have gone in there with one. You'll definitely have one once you've received the bill. Ahead of us we have London Bridge. Now this is the 5th bridge to span this part of the river. There has been one here ever since the Romans. That was torn down by Vikings. And the one before this one was sinking into the Thames mud. So probably where you get the nursery rhyme, London Bridge is falling down. Now the one previous to this that was sinking was sold to an American, an oil tycoon called Robert McCulloch. He had it taken down brick by brick, stone by stone, shipped it out to America, Arizona. We had it re-erected over a Lake Havasu and it stands today as a tourist attraction. Then the gap of the buildings on our left, behind the trees, you have Southwark Cathedral, the 2nd busiest place of worship here in the city after St. Paul's. Also, Jonathan Harvard was baptised there, the founder of Harvard University in America. He was a proper Cockney, born within the sound of bow bells. And just ahead of us, we have Cannon Street Railway Bridge. Now there is many interesting bridges along this stretch of the river, folks, but this is not one of them. The only things I can really tell you about this bridge are it's big, it's green, and it stops the trains from falling in the river. But quite well I might add. But underneath the bridge, on the right, you have some windows. And if you have some children with you today, you should probably cover their eyes, because in there you might see some half-naked people. Now that is a luxury health and relaxation spa, put there out of the prying eyes of the public. But they forgot about the boats going up and down the river, and me pointing it out every time we go past. So they put one-way glass in there, but for some reason put it the wrong way round, so now we can see in, and they're none the wiser. I believe me when I tell you that some days are better than others. To our right we have Walbrook Wharf, the only working wharf here in the City of London. All of the city's rubbish gets taken to this depot and then put into those grey shipping containers. You might recall it was later closed that afternoon by the police as it was unsafe. Now the bridge was swaying from side to side. We had people holding on for dear life. We had people falling over and people being sick on the people that had fallen over. It was a complete mess. Now when they confronted the architect of the bridge, Sir Norman Foster, he said on national telly, get this, it's not my bridge, it's how you people walk here in London. Not sure how that works, but it's easy to pass the blame, I guess. But £2 million and 2 years later they did fix the problem, and you can walk across there today, it is perfectly safe. Now to our left, we have a large building with a tall chimney stack. This is the old Bankside Power Station. This has now been converted though into a modern art gallery, the Tate Modern. Now it is actually free to go into the Tate, ladies and gentlemen, and if you do, you'll understand why. In there they have a pile of bricks, an unmade bed, and even a burnt out car. Now they call this a collective of retrospective art pieces, or crap for short. I actually went in there the other day. The most interesting thing I see in there was my own reflection in the mirror. But they do have a rooftop service, so on a nice day, a bit like today, you could sit up there and watch the boats go by on the river. Even to look at the structure itself, it's quite a thing to look at, of the bridges on either side. Now these bridges are also better known here on the River Thames as the Tunnel of Love. So if you are with a loved one today, I recommend you give them a little kiss as we pass beneath, because it's said to bring you many years of happiness. Okay, so a few kisses here and there, not a lot. So of course, if you're not with a loved one, you can always kiss your wives or husbands. Any single ladies, I am available. Oh, that's never worked. And any any single men, the captain upstairs is very open-minded. The surrounding areas. And with that, they had two little rhymes that my mum told me. And they went, if the lions are drinking, then London is sinking. And if the lions' heads are ducked, London is well and truly flooded. I know, right? Doesn't really rhyme there. That's what she told me. Face, Shelmack House. Now this is the biggest clock here in the city, even bigger than the great clocks of Westminster. Now to put it into perspective for you folks, that minute hand is so big and so heavy that it'll take 1 full hour to complete a rotation. Which is coincidentally the same amount of time it takes some people to get that joke. I don't believe it, folks. Queen's Golden Jubilee, her 50th year on the throne. Now we do say as we pass underneath these bridges, if you see anyone up there lingering about, do give them a little wave. Because if they wave back, it keeps their hands free and stops them throwing anything at us. Won't worry too much though if you get tripped on underneath the railway bridge. It's just the trains discharging their waste as they enter the station. I'm joking folks, but there is another bridge on the other side, so if you keep smiling, keep waving. If you get a wave back, it's said to be luck. 7 years bad luck. Sorry about that. To our left, we have a large observation wheel. This is London's most visited tourist attraction, the London Eye. Also known as the Wheel of Fortune, as it's estimated on a hot summer's day to bring in £250,000. On the London Eye you have 32 pods, 1 pod to make up every borough of Greater London. Each pod will take around 25 people and it will take you about half an hour to complete 1 full rotation. And they do say at the top there, on a very clear day, you can see as far as Australia. Just seeing who's still listening. And they say at the top there, on a clear day, you can see as far as Windsor Castle, which is around 30 miles away. You can actually hire out the pods now for different occasions. You can hire them out for your birthday, for Valentine's Day. You can even get married on there now. It's the latest craze. What happens is you get in at the bottom with some of your closest friends and family. You have your ceremony all the way to the top. And at the top they pronounce you man and wife. You have a little kiss. And then it's all pretty much downhill from there. Quite literally. That's my best one, but I totally liked it. Ahead of us, we have Westminster Palace, the Houses of Parliament, seat to our British government. Now on the palace you have 2 towers. The larger one at the back there is the Victoria Tower, and the closer one here with the 4 clocks on the face is what we all know as Big Ben. But of course Big Ben is actually the nickname for the 13.5-ton bell within the tower, named after the Commissioner of Works, Benjamin Hall. They said he quite resembled the bell, being 5 foot tall, 5 foot round, and really loud. That's just as well that his name wasn't Richards. Now the tower you see there is known as the Elizabeth Tower, renamed that after the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. Used to be known as the St Stephen's Tower, and the clocks there are the great clocks of Westminster. Now you can only hear the bell strike on the hour, and at the 1/4 past, 1/2 past and 1/4 to, you can hear the Westminster chimes. So if anybody asks you if you see Big Ben today on your tour of London, you can tell them no, don't be silly, you can't see Big Ben, you can only hear him.
Oh my.